So we have a chance of storms tonight, so there's a possibility I might lose my electricity.
Same
Uh-oh.
here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully they'll come in later. It's supposed to be here at 8:30 my time, which would be 30 minutes for the show in. So
I don't mind the rain. It's just the heavy stuff that comes
Yeah,
with
the
it.
heavy stuff, the nasty stuff. Yeah. It's
I
always a
can't believe
problem.
my daughter made me change his shirt before I went to lunch with her.
That shirt's legendary. You need to sit her down and have a talk with her and
She
explain why
doesn't
you have it.
understand it. She said, Dad, that's a OnlyFans shirt. I said, no, it's the Only Mark shirt.
No,
Yes,
it's
just
only
because your
Mark.
name's Mark.
See, if she
I had to
understood
take the shirt off.
what a mark is in wrestling, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
hey.
So I changed that. I put my little Playboy shirt on.
And we have the return of the jacket tonight.
Yeah, the jacket is back tonight.
Jacket is back, so Mark is better.
Yep.
It's back in red.
And apparently, Platinum got his password changed and got back into his internet.
Oh, okay.
He was,
Yeah,
he was,
yeah,
blocked,
he
he was
got-
blocked for a while.
Yeah, I think it's from his Facebook. I think.
Oh wow.
So we'll ask him when the show
People have
starts.
been getting hacked, man. My sister got hacked the other day.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I get hacked every day. People piss me off.
Oh, here we are,
So-
live and in color.
Live and in color. It's colorful. It's like I got a new computer. I got a new camera. So
You're sounding
If-
better
if-
than ever, Mark.
if my voice goes like a robot, it's my internet connection. It's not the laptop. So
You sound marvelous.
and yeah, thank you. I feel marvelous.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get the Windows reinstalled in the other laptop so I can keep it as a spare in case something happens with this one.
Just
This
in
is better
case.
not.
It's always good to have
This is-
some cake.
This is
What
almost
happens if
$3,000
your house
laptop.
doesn't have windows?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Platinum. I quit using Chrome too.
Oh, really? You don't like what browser are you using now? Firefox?
No. What is this browser? It's that new. It took over Internet Explorer, replaced Internet Explorer.
Bing?
No, it's
Bing's
Microsoft.
terrible.
Edge.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Bada bing.
I just always use Chrome. I never got away from it. You know.
Can you hear me?
Ladies and
Edge.
gentlemen, we are in the
Do you know-
presence
do you-
of the
do you know-
LTWB founder.
Yeah. You found it?
I found it.
Founder.
I didn't know it was lost.
2018, you know.
Yeah.
What's up, Nick? What's up, Scott?
Nick, thanks for the tip.
James.
I give Nick all the credit for this laptop. He turned me on to it. So
How's it
Yeah.
going, Nick?
all he
I gotta-
wanted to return was naked pictures. So
Oh, damn.
That's a heck of a deal if you think about it.
it is. I don't know whose naked
I-
picture is sent him, but she was pretty.
I'm not touching that one.
That's what she said.
I would say it, but I don't want to popularize it on the air.
Yeah. So we'll find some stuff to talk about tonight. Like a couple things to talk about.
There's a few things going on.
Yeah. And as usual, I'm clueless to most of it. So
I think
hopefully,
AEW was weak last night. Don't you think, Richard?
Yes, very weak. I'm sorry, but I do not think Jungle Boy deserves a world title shot.
No, I don't either.
he's too green.
I don't believe Darby deserves a world title shot. They're
No,
they're
he's too
both
small.
good wrestlers.
They're good wrestlers, but
But-
they're not. They're still, for me, they're very mid card. They're very.
Yeah, they're not
mid-card.
MJF. MJF is world championship material.
Yeah, and there's a reason he is the world champion. You know?
But
But I
the
don't think
Blackpool club, I'm all in.
Sammy Guevara is mid card too. He's not a
Oh yeah, Sammy doesn't deserve
No.
a world title.
no.
No.
But no, I think
Give
the
give
BCC.
Warlow.
The BCC is. I agree.
Oh
with you.
yeah.
I'm enjoying that. But I'm really looking forward to when Wardlow finally gets back to fighting MJF. You know, that was a good feud that was taken away from everybody.
Yeah.
So
If Tony Khan is smart, he'll bring it back.
yeah, that hopefully that'll be the next feud after this deal he's
Hey, this is the franchise Shane Douglas, ECW World Heavyweight Champion, and you're watching Spanning the Globe.
Good evening, everybody. We are starting off on a somber note tonight, but it is Thursday night. We are spanning the globe. Glad you could join us tonight. I'm Mark Macker, your host, and so I'm going to bring on, as soon as I kick off this other thing, quick, bring on my co-host tonight. Join us from the Sunshine State of Florida, Mr. Richard Ward.
Good evening, everybody.
And from Ohio, Mr. Andy B.
Hey, everybody.
Who found Love Those Wrestling Belts.
I found it. And I've had it ever since.
Lost.
When you make
That's
a find
right.
like that, you got to stick with it, you know?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Kind of
So-
like a good fleece shirt. You gotta,
Oh,
go
yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, please, there you go.
Hey, Platinum.
Glad to have you join us tonight. I don't know who this is. This is Mr. James Ellis. Yes, the jacket is back.
What's
can finally
up,
put it on
Platinum?
I put it on without pain.
Yes.
Mr. Scott Ayers, thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott. What's up?
Yeah, Platinum had a little trouble. Got kicked out of his something, either Facebook or internet or something.
Hmm.
Nick Carnivale, who's responsible. By the way, I got a brand new laptop, and it's all thanks to Nick Carnivale who turned me on to this deal. And so hopefully we have gotten the issues with my voice sounding robotic behind me. So if it does it tonight, I'll know it's my internet connection, which I cannot do anything about. So
See, I was
Good
telling
evening, Nick.
people
Thank
you
you
were
for-
you were testing new software out for the future.
It's good so far.
thanks, Nick. Thanks for the tip, Nick, and thanks for watching the show tonight.
Yeah.
Here's Austin watching us from down under.
Hey, Piers.
What's up,
Glad to
Pierce?
have you join us tonight. Not a whole lot. There's our world champion commenter. Yes, we're going to talk about the superstar Billy Graham here in just a little bit.
Mhm.
Mr. Carl Smith.
Hey, Carl.
What's up, Carl?
Mr.
Nor.
Nor.
Nor, what's up? Yeah.
I'm glad I found that. Yeah, Andy is the founder. Don't founder, though.
Me?
Jason Davis.
Hey,
What's up,
Jason.
Jason?
Debbie.
Glad to watch
Jimmy,
this.
what's up,
Yo,
man?
yo. Hey, Lane.
Lane Ledford, glad to have
What's
you
up,
watching
Lane?
tonight. Well, I got plenty of RAM tonight, so we'll see.
That's what she said.
I was waiting for that. Yeah. Chris Thermo, thank you for joining us tonight. Damn right. Yeah, I am sharp dressed tonight, I guess. Got to put the old tacky jacket back on. And my Only Marks t-shirt, which, by the way, I had to take it off at noon because my daughter wanted me to take her out to lunch, and she said, you cannot wear the shirt out, so I had to change shirts.
She just doesn't understand, Mark. You got to fill her in.
No. That's right.
You know?
So before we proceed with the show tonight, we need to get started on the right note. And tonight we have a belt of the week, which I'm going to put up here on the screen real quick. And this is a very special belt to me. It has sentimental value, but not for the reason you think. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but let's pull it up here. It is a WWE Shop Network logo. Get the microphone position where I get down here and talk about it. That's too much. Okay. This is my very first re-leather I ever did.
Very good job. Look at that.
And the network logo is hand carved into the strap. That is not a stamp, folks. That is a hand carving.
I bet that took a while.
It wasn't too bad.
There you go. Nice work, Mark.
I actually,
Oh wow, Mark, that's actually pretty
off
good.
at network.
It looks great.
I actually printed this off, the network logo,
Mhm.
and printed off and put it on the strap, and took a. Oh, a second. I'm trying to coordinate here. There you go. There's another one on that end. And I took a scratch awl and just poked holes around the lines, and then just kind of connected the dots with a knife. So
Excellent work.
Did you sing the Pee Wee Herman song while you did it?
no, I did not.
Connect the dots.
And this background here is part of the strap. It's not a separate piece. It's just part of the strap. So
Oh wow.
this is
Nice.
actually my belt. I have another one just like it. My son has. It's on the shelf, but these little red things popped out, so I just took them out and just painted over it. So
Yeah.
here's the back. Of course, I let these screws, exposed so I can change out the side plates as needed.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool though. It's your first belt that you.
Yeah. Looks great.
That's the only reason I won't sell it, because it's my very first leather.
Yep. Sentimental.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Didn't you do Eric's belt too as well at one time?
Who? What?
Eric Lowe's belt.
Yeah, that's my first leather customer.
Cool.
That's my son's belt right there. I did them both at the same time.
Nice.
Nice work.
So, thank you. Thank you very much.
What's
a second,
up,
trying to avoid
Ben?
cross-camera.
And Walker in the house.
Hey, Ben.
Second, let me kill a cam here. Try to get coordinated here. Do I sound okay? Because I'm over repairing in my ear here.
No, you're sounding perfect, dude.
No, you
I'm
sound
telling
great, Mark. Seriously, I mean,
Okay, great, thank you.
you. Even
Thank
somebody deaf like me can hear
What?
you. What?
I'll tell you another thing about this belt. Back, remember you guys? I think it's 2018. WWE Shop on eBay and on Amazon had a pricing glitch.
yeah, like 140 was
Everything was $45.
Oh, just 40. That's right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you were one of the lucky ones.
And you jumped in for two, and they came through with two belts for you.
Yes, I got both those belts. They're $400 belts for $45 each.
Yeah.
Free shipping on one of them.
But man, you did real well.
So that's what inspired me to do the leather, because I saved so much money. I thought, well, I could take the money I was going to spend on these and try my hand at leather. So it worked out.
And it's been great ever since.
Hello, Ben. Oops. There you go. Try to get the comments up here. Okay. Proceed on. I will respond by Mark Leather Championship that we're leathering. If I want to go up on the screen, there we go. It's delayed. And by Unique Championship belts. Oh, hi. Chevrolet.
You want to be Kevin Nash and Scott Hall coming out to the ring.
It does kind of sound like it, doesn't it? Whatever.
That's what they do when Martin starts to sing.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. Maybe it is. Maybe that is what it is. The boom mic is working. So maybe I got them both working. Maybe go in there and disable the
It
other
could
one.
be. It could be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check real quick. No. I just did this right before the show, so. Recording microphone. Disable. No, still doing it.
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Is this thing on? No.
You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
I can't hear you.
And they're working.
Yeah, there you are.
Oh,
You're
okay.
muted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I disabled the other two microphones, so we should be good to go. I talked about our sponsors, but also I want to add that if you're watching us on YouTube, I hope you are. That part of the show is made possible by a partnership with the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast out of Oklahoma City. Landon and Jake do a really good job talking about wrestling. So be sure to check them out on Linktree and on Apple Podcasts or wherever you happen to catch your podcasts. So they do a really
Thank
good
you,
job.
guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So at the top of the show, we're going to talk about obviously we're going to talk about superstar Billy Graham, who just passed away. Yesterday?
Last night.
Last night, yeah. Ric Flair announced it first. He got the scoop on that. I'm not that familiar with Billy Graham except for the wrestling magazines. I couldn't get the WWF back at the time when he was in there, so I don't know a whole lot other than what I've read about him. He has spent some time in the territories, NWA, AWA. Spent some time in Georgia.
Yeah. I got to be honest with like we were discussing earlier. The first I heard him was in '86 when he made a comeback with WWF. That's how I first saw him, and I heard much more about him as the years went on. But I never really got to see him wrestle in his prime, unfortunately.
Yeah, like my famous thing about him was when he smashed the belt,
Destroyed the belt.
destroyed it, and ripped it off the leather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And all I remember was telling my dad, I said, wow.
That takes some strength. That takes some
Yeah.
strength. Now, who knows? They might have drilled the holes out for those screws, a little bit bigger. They rip off easier, but still, he was a strong man.
Yeah.
And when the belt hit the ground, you heard it. You heard the metal hitting the ground.
Yeah. Gianni actually got his start in Stampede Wrestling. I looked that up earlier.
Mhm.
Stu Hart trained him. And prior to that, he was a bodybuilder. And this is an interesting factoid I noticed. He has been married to his same wife since 1979.
Wow.
You don't see that a whole lot.
No.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, he won the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. Now, didn't he beat Bruno for that belt?
I believe so.
He held that belt for, I can't remember how long he held that belt. Not very long. And then lost it to Pedro Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro Morales, yep. Another one who's gone too soon. So
Pedro died?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he died.
You didn't know that?
Oh, when did he pass? I didn't know.
A couple years ago, I think.
Okay.
Years ago.
Okay. Huh.
But he also held the, and we didn't know this till Richard mentioned this to me right before the show, but he also held the Continental Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship in Memphis.
The license plate.
He beat Pat McGuinness for the title and then lost it a month later to Jerry Lawler.
I heard an interview today. They were talking about. I guess Billy was mostly a heel most of his career, and he really wanted to be a face when he had, I guess, his first comeback with WWF. And Vince, no, you're going to stay. You got to stay heel, and he really wanted to be a face.
Yep.
No, he didn't lose to Pedro Morales. He lost to Bob Backlund.
Oh, Backlund. Okay.
Yeah, Pedro Morales beat Ivan Koloff.
Vince Backlund.
Yeah, show that belt off.
Tonight is the grand belt.
That's a good looking belt.
It's not the Backlund belt. It's the grand belt tonight.
Yeah.
I just noticed that this belt. This is the good leather for Fandu.
Oh, the good leather. Okay.
That's one of the best looking cast belts there was.
It's heavy. Don't get me wrong. It's real heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I seen it, I wanted it. I got this from John over in AJS.
Mm-hmm.
John
This thing is no joke. It reminds me of like Elvis's belt buckle.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. I just love that eagle on there like that.
And then the eagle protrudes out of there about.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that's about
8 inches, 9 inches, 10 inches, maybe.
I know this is like 8 millimeters, probably.
I mean, millimeters, not inches. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
From top to
We'll
bottom.
fog it tonight, guys. It's been a long day.
Hey.
Yeah, I
top
was
to
thinking
bottom,
I was thinking about the after show.
But it is an awesome belt, and I had to have it because it is a piece of history.
Yeah,
So
it is. I re-leathered one of those. And I thought it was just too thick.
it
I don't
is
think the original was
definitely
that thick.
a bottom shelf belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the IWGP version 4.
Yes, that's on the bottom shelf as well.
20-some pounds.
Something else I didn't know, but I suspected, and I confirmed it just right before the show. The name Billy Graham, I always thought it's awful similar to the evangelist Billy Graham, and sure enough, renamed himself Billy Graham to Reverend Billy Graham.
Mhm.
And he also used that name Graham as a kayfabe brother to the Graham brothers, Jerry Graham and his brothers. So didn't know that either. So that's where he got that name. And he was a bodybuilder prior to becoming a wrestler, but he trained under Stu Hart in Stampede Wrestling, jumped around between
Which I never-
WWF, NWA, and AWA. So
What's
Anyway,
up, Scott?
Hey, Scott.
Speaking of a
glad
classic,
to be watching
there
that.
you go, Scott.
Mike Patullo, thank you very much for
What's up,
watching.
Mike?
Hey, Mike.
I think I did a re-leather for that guy. Pretty sure I did.
There you go.
Thank you very much for watching. He was a Christian. Yes, he was. And he apparently inspired many, many wrestlers. I mean, Ric Flair was one of them. I did not realize that till Ric Flair broke the news last night. He was an inspiration to his character. He also,
Hulk
I didn't know
Hogan?
that either. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura, and Rick Steiner all did the blonde dye and then the mustache, all because they were a follower of him.
Yeah. And then after they did that, he shaved off the hair.
Yeah.
Right?
One with the goatee, the reverse skunk look.
Didn't he also
That's
have
right,
like the Ric Flair locks, the way Ric Flair had his hair long at one time?
May
I
have.
don't
He was
know.
awful thin on top though. That's right. I did the Hogan 84 for Mike Patullo. Turned out a beautiful belt.
There you
And
go.
because of that, I got in the Hogan 84 for myself. I got put on leather.
That's one of my all-time favorite belts, the Hogan 84. I love it.
Yeah.
The
too.
lacing, everything.
Yeah, mine too.
That's why I had to have one.
Yeah.
And this thing is heavy.
Yeah.
It is. I think I still have the stock strap from the one I re-leathered. I can't remember.
I'll tell you what this looks like. This eagle
Mhm.
looks like a hip hop artist medallion.
Yeah.
You know, like when they wear the big chains.
Mhm.
That's what that eagle looks like. But the stones in the middle on each side, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is a pretty belt.
It is.
They did a good job on it. I mean, it's detailed, even the side plates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Move the mic out of the way. You can see the plates.
I
You
can't
can
remember
actually
who actually did those cast belts originally.
I'm
Was
not
that
sure.
Fandu, I believe, wasn't it Fandu?
Yeah,
No, I'm
Fandu
talking about the original belts.
Oh, the cast versions.
Oh, the Mocha
Yeah.
belt? Mocha did them.
That's right. Yeah, Mokovich.
Yeah, Mokovich.
That's right. I should have known that. AD Terry, yes, better late than never.
What's
Glad
up,
to have you.
AD?
AD, what's up?
I knew that. I was drawing a blank. Just like I drew a blank on Pedro Morales. I got it right, but in the wrong order. So
They did do clear stones and 2 red rubies, which was cool.
I killed the gerbil and switched over to something else. You hear me now? Good. So my first memory of actually seeing Billy Graham on television was after he had his hip replacement surgery, and he did some kind of a video, vignettes where he was climbing a mountain. It was like a figurative thing to him climbing a mountain, getting back into the ring. So
I remember when he used to
he'd already
do the
shaved his head off by that
poses.
point. Yeah.
He used to do the poses like Hogan,
Mm-hmm.
or I should say Hogan did the poses like him.
Yeah. He took on the Superstar nickname when he's in the AWA, by the way.
Oh, wow.
1972. He premiered in the AWA and took on the moniker Superstar.
Now,
He feuded with a
remember,
lot of guys. He feuded with Gagne, the Crusher, the Bruiser, Wahoo McDaniel, Billy Robinson, Kemp.
what
and
was the other one?
Koloff.
The Boogeyman? Jimmy the Boogeyman, whatever his name is.
Jimmy Valiant?
Is that the guy with the colorful
Boogie
tights?
Woogie Man.
The
Boogie
Woogie
Man.
Man. I
Yeah,
said, what the Boogeyman got to do with this?
the Boogie Woogie Man. Yeah, that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
also did his tights like Superstar.
Ah, okay. Baby.
Yeah, he's
Give
like
me a kiss,
87
baby.
years old, and he's still wrestling in his 80s.
Oh, he
Yeah.
still dresses like that too.
Yeah.
Handsome Jimmy Valiant. Can't talk
There you
tonight.
go.
Put my tea tonight.
Well, Hanson was Johnny Valiant, wasn't it?
Nope, it's Jimmy.
Okay. Well, then what was Johnny's nickname when they were the
I don't
Valiant? Like he had a nickname too.
Handsome Jimmy's brother.
There you go. We'll go with that.
The Handsome Valiant brothers.
Let me look that up real quick. But it's a huge loss. I mean, he lived a good full life, although he was in declining health over the last several years. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe with the
Sometimes-
steroid use.
Like,
He did mega doses of steroids. And they said
oh
that
yeah,
did a lot, and then he lost it. He got his liver replaced, and
Yeah.
And he was bad off in a lot of ways.
boy, did he go on some ramblings and some tangents.
Yeah, he was going after a few people.
He was like back and forth.
Mhm.
Well, he
was always,
feuded with the McMahons.
he was always
and we
upset
talked about
about
this.
something.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show. He actually made up a story about witnessing some WWF officials sexually abusing children, and this was done on, I think, on the Donahue show. He went on with Vince McMahon. They were talking about steroids, and they were, it was like a campaign to combat the rampant steroid use. This was after the steroid trials, and he made
What's
this
up, cuz?
accusation that he saw some WWF officials sexually abusing children, and
Wow.
which got him on, of course, McMahon's bad side. And McMahon claimed the abuse never happened, and then later Graham admitted he made up the story, hoping to extort hush money out of the WWF. I guess for the steroids was maybe my guess.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did write an apology to McMahon after saying this was his most shameful moment, but he received no response till after his liver transplant.
We got a podcast celebrity in the house, Mr. Phil Rea.
Great to hear that, Mike. Appreciate that. I'm very
The
actually very
Impact
proud of that
player.
for the job. Average looking Jimmy. I mean, think luscious Johnny Valiant. I think is what he's.
There you go. There you
Thank
He was
go.
luscious, yeah.
Thank
Handsome
you, Lane.
Jimmy and luscious Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
The Facebook user. If you're watching us on Facebook, please be sure to click on the StreamYard link and to click on the link that says to allow your name to pop up on the screen so we know who's watching the show. We'd love to acknowledge our viewers. And if you don't want to do that, you can flip over to YouTube, look up Wide World of Belts, that channel, and then you can comment to your heart's content. So,
Yeah, don't have to worry about
Last
it.
comment was Phil Rea, my cousin.
okay, all right.
Popping
Also, if you go to YouTube, please click on the like, subscribe, and share buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And you might want to click on that little bell too, so it reminds you when we're having the show, which is every Thursday night, by the way. So anyway, so any other thoughts about Superstar Billy Graham?
like all of the legends, man. As we grow up, they're like fading away, man.
Yeah, it's just
They are.
so
Well,
sad.
It's life. It is
It's
sad,
like,
but it's life.
but yet it's somebody we get used to and we enjoyed, and then we all know it's a part of death's a part of life, but it's still so sad.
It's the ones that they go out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see somebody's declining, but then you see somebody that's perfectly healthy, and all of a sudden they die.
Yeah,
It's like, wow.
it gets you every time.
Yeah, I mean, these legends aren't going to be around forever, but it is still a shock when they do die. But he had been in declining health the last several years. He'd been out of the hospital, and so
Yeah.
it is sad. But it's just another chapter of our history gone.
I think the last really hard one, shocking one, was Brody. That nobody saw that coming.
Brody, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not just Brody Lee, but
Ultimate Warrior.
Briscoe.
Yeah.
Jay
yeah.
Briscoe, too. Yep.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was just heartbreaking as can be. I mean, just
Hello, Facebook user. Well, what was said about that wasn't just the death, but the fact his daughters were in the car and they were injured pretty badly.
yeah, and he left behind wife and kids. It's just
Yeah.
your heart just goes out to the family.
Yeah. and I've said this many, many times, and I truly believe this. I feel strongly about this. Is if you go to a wrestling convention or have a chance to go to a Q&A with a wrestler, and it's one of those old school wrestlers, go, because they tell some of the most interesting stories. And once
Oh,
they
yeah.
die, those stories die with them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
Another thing you could do if you can't get to those shows is to go to YouTube and look up the shoot interviews. You hear a lot of interesting
Mhm.
Oh,
stories.
yeah.
There's a really
Interview,
good one Dusty Rhodes tells about meeting Roddy Piper for the first time, and happens to mention a hemorrhoid issue that Ric Flair had at the time. So that was pretty good.
Flair's got some of the best stories.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Now he's been known to embellish stories, but they are still
Well,
interesting.
yeah. They're
you
still
know,
good.
like they started in this era. They started what, Table for Three or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they sit around and they talk about stories. Imagine if they would have did this way back when.
Oh yeah.
The stories that we would have heard.
Oh, I thought that was Gianni there for a second. That's what I comment.
Thought we were getting a gathering update. That's usually from
Yeah.
Gian.
The witches aren't allowed on the show, Gianni. No witches.
No,
Yeah,
which
just
Sorry.
to hear the stories of some of these guys on the road and stuff. Like you said, Dusty Rhodes with his Ric Flair hemorrhoid story.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes about Andre the Giant.
the Andre drinking stories are some of the best.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
the one
yeah,
where he was so drunk they had to leave him in the bar because nobody could move him.
Yep.
So, I mean, the whole night,
Platt makes a good point. If it wasn't for Superstar Billy Graham, who do these other guys, base their characters on, base their appearances
Yep.
on? That's a good
Yeah,
point.
good point. Good point. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah, would Jesse the Body wear the fancy headbands and the glasses if it
Mhm.
wasn't for Superstar Billy Graham?
Yeah.
You just look at them all, they're just like Billy Graham. Mm-hmm.
So it is sad, but at the same time, he lived a full life and had a great career.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
He was a colorful character, very controversial. So
Is he in the WWE Hall of Fame?
I think he was inducted in 2004, I believe.
Okay.
Let me look and see here.
Sure deserves to be there if he's not.
Yeah, I think he was. Let's find it
Good.
here.
Good.
Thought I read that a while ago. Maybe one of our viewers can confirm that for me. But yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, good.
He was released from his consultancy position in WWE 5 years later. Sold his Hall of Fame ring on eBay to help pay for medical bills.
I wonder if it was one of the deals where they put him, if he got to be, officially put in, or was he like one of the side ones where they put a bunch in at a time? I hope that was.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
hope
don't
that
know.
wasn't the case.
I don't know, but he did ask to be entirely removed from the Hall of Fame after Abdullah the Butcher got inducted, because he complained that Abdullah had never wrestled in promotion. Which is I think is a good point, because there's several wrestlers in the Hall of Fame that wrestled for WWE.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We didn't know that, Gianni. Thank you
That's
for
what
letting
it
us
is,
know.
right?
I'm shocked, Johnny. You're actually going to be at the gathering?
Yeah. Why don't you tell us?
Yeah. Why don't you share these things? Come on,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Every day we get an update from Gianni on the gathering. Assume we got new announcement on the gathering. So Gianni is the Tony Khan of special announcements when it concerns the gathering.
Speaking of Tony Khan, did you guys see the South Park skit?
I
Yeah.
I saw a bit of it. I need to watch the whole thing. Whoever did it, I heard it was fantastic.
Yeah,
I think it was fan made though. I don't think it was them actually.
And Kenny Omega's character got killed. And he went, "Oh no, they killed Kenny."
When you first see it, the first thing that comes to your mind is Cartman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cartman. I still have 9 sets of plates in the boxes here waiting to be re-leathered, but I got 3 customer belts. One I've started over twice now, because I can't get the leather cut or the tooling correct. I think I got it down now, but I got to start all over again a second time.
Second time's
And
a charm.
yeah, and then I got 2 new belts in. I got an NWA tag, blue tag. I think are on the Waz plates, and then I got an Intercontinental today to re-leather. And this guy wants that belt laced, an Intercontinental laced.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, sometimes more than once. Yeah, that's right.
Multiple.
So I'm gonna be busy the next couple of weeks, and then
Sure are.
I'm gonna try to get one of my belts done. Dog wants in and out, in and out. Go lay down.
Well, I'll be paid off with my yellow IC as of next week,
Ah,
and hopefully by the following week I'll have it.
and you'll
And
be
then-
showing it off on the show, right?
Yeah.
And then yesterday, the WWE shop had the Shop Rhine, as it's called, on their
Or the
shop.
Shremrine, or the
Or the
Shremrine.
Shrum
Rhine.
Rhine, yes. Available.
I saw one guy get one. He's already posted a picture of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen a few times the pictures.
I still have issues with the word champion on that belt because the ION on champion is smaller.
Yeah.
But he says it's Frank Paul, so it was. He swears that it's, of all the Crumrines, he's had two other ones. He had a can't remember now. Oh, he had the not the Crumrine, the Fandu version, and another one.
This
And
one's supposedly
says-
the best.
Yes, supposedly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not entertaining the idea of buying one, but I won't buy one until they fix the ION on champion.
Mark, let me ask you this. You have the Rizwan, which a lot of people hold as the best made by for a boot. How do you compare the Rizwan to what you've seen of the up close pictures of the new Shop Riders? Okay.
This one.
Yeah, because I was
And I'm only
handy
based
done.
off pictures, but I love my Rizwan.
You got every reason to. That's a gorgeous belt.
Thank you. I love it.
I would get rid of the two big golds I have. My Fandu, possibly my classic shields.
Gianni, I thought you were taking a break. You got two more coming?
His breaks don't last long.
No.
That's
It
what
was
she
every
said.
couple days. We'll be
No,
back after this messages. We're gonna go smoke some ham.
But no, I got these boxes stacked over in the bedroom that I'm trying to figure out. My dilemma now is when I get around to starting to do mine, which one do I do first? I got so many I want to do first, but
That's what she said.
I think there's two in there I'm going to re-leather and sell. I think I'll get those done first. That way I can buy the leather to do the other ones. So
Makes sense.
I'm trying to remember what I got. I got
That means you have too many if you can't remember.
yeah. I got two WCCW Americans, which will be on lace straps. I got a Hogan 84, which is going to be one I'm going to keep. Got a world class tag. I actually got two sets of world class tags. I'm going to sell one of them. I got a world class heavyweight that I'm going to sell. And Hogan 86. NWA TV that I'm going to put on a red strap. Actually, I'm going to put on an Oxblood strap. I also have a Winged Eagle.
Ooh.
By Unique. So
Is it bigger than the shop one?
I don't know. I've never had the shop one. Not the big eagle, it's the Winged Eagle.
Oh, the Winged Eagle.
Yeah,
Okay.
Winged Eagle, yeah. I'm working on a big eagle for a customer, so can't wait to get that sucker done.
Yeah, I want to get it in lavender.
The NWA
Yeah,
television,
Ultimate
I got one
Warrior.
right here. It's a little dusty. Forgive me, it's a little dusty, so
He hasn't challenged for that one lately.
no. So,
Mark, have you done the red strap on the television with the black pieces on the leather?
no,
Black leather?
no.
'Cause that's how it was when it first came out.
I didn't know that. I've been seeing it. I didn't know where that came from, but I didn't realize the first one was like that. But
Yep.
this has got the red backing on it, though. But no, I'm gonna do the Oxblood just like this one.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
good.
Phil's favorite belt right there.
Mhm.
It'll be a black backing, but it'll be a Oxblood strap. Oxblood is kind of like a wine color, red wine color, maroon. And I know the original was red, but over time, because it was sweat and it had gotten dirty, it looked like Oxblood. So I'm gonna do the Oxblood look.
There you go.
And then the side plates are in a different order on that belt too. So we'll get that.
Who did those plates? Was that Unique?
No, this is Mayon.
Mayon. Okay.
Mayon.
Nice.
Now, Unique makes a comparable one too.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a beautiful belt. I'm glad I own it in Mark's blood.
I have re-leathered like 4 of Unique's NWTVs. Thank you. full screen. I've done, I think, 4 NWA TVs in Oxblood with a blue backing. I'm gonna do mine with a black backing because the blue's beautiful, but it's not original. So, but they've all been uniques, and they're beautiful. But I'm getting this other set from Mayon only because I want the sets to match. I just want them to match. So
Yeah.
if I didn't already have this one, I'd have one from Unique. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. You noticed the intro. I appreciate that. People actually pay attention to the intro. That's great. You're welcome. Who's this Facebook user?
That is Phil. I don't know why he's showing
Phil,
up
okay,
as Facebook user. On my side, he's
Okay.
showing up with his
Okay,
name.
well, Phil, if you wanna click on that StreamYard link, make sure that you allow your name to be shown on the screen so we know who we're talking to. Phil Raya, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. So I've got 3 belts I'm going to work on for customers. I'm hoping to get done before the end of the month. Well, I got a little time to get it done. So, and then I'm going to start working on a couple of mine that I can sell, and then I'll start buying some leather for my other belts. So.
Mark, have you ever re-leathered the Inmate?
No,
AWA?
I have not.
That's one I need to get.
I leathered the Hennig or the Lawler version.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I've only done one of those, and the guy, I don't want to say his name. I don't want to embarrass him, but he told me that he wanted to get leather because he's about to trash it. He was very disappointed in how it was made. He said, leather's terrible. I just don't like this belt. So I put it on leather. I made a different cut that looked close to what the original looked like, and I sent it back to him. He said, "This is my favorite belt now." So
Yeah.
he's about to toss it in the trash. That's his favorite belt because
Good
of the leather
leather will
work,
do.
so.
Good leather will do that,
That's
Mark.
pretty cool, man.
Awesome. So yeah, the arm's pretty much, it's not 100%, but I can do leather work now. So I've been getting some inquiries, and those inserts, I got them sold, but the guy hadn't paid me yet. I told him today. I said, "Hey, they're ready to go." So just waiting for him to pay him. And I'll ship them off. And I'm done doing inserts. Those are a pain in the butt to do.
Yeah.
They're harder on the hand. You get hand cramps doing that. So yeah, Phil, we got you fixed now. There you are.
There you go.
There you
Got him
go.
fixed. Thank you for watching. Somebody, I can't remember what group it was in, when I posted the promo for the show tonight, asked what the show was about. Did you see that, Andy?
No.
Yeah.
I missed that. Ask what the show
I
was
can't remember what
about.
group that was in.
Huh.
It was a Championship Belt Brothers, I think. No, it's a Unique. It's Unique Championship Belts in their let's see, read this.
On their personal page.
Their business page. Unique Championship Belts. Find my promo here. I want to read this guy's comment. He said, stupid question, but what's the general idea of the show? Is it showcasing different belts, talking about different wrestling? And my reply to him was, it's a mix of belt discussion, which it is, wrestling, and whatever comes up, unrelated to either of those topics. Kind of like we talked about 2 weeks ago. We talked about the good old days. You know?
I would reply to him that all that and more.
Yeah. You're not a guy. Oh, that guy. Oh, you're not that guy. Okay, sorry.
Yanni's not a guy.
I don't know.
Hey guys, just remember, if you say his name too much, he's gonna show up.
Yeah.
You know, he's like Beetlejuice. Be careful.
Yeah.
Don't say it 3 times. Don't say his name 3 times.
I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something funny. I lost it. And maybe it'll pop up later. Oh, I know. We talked about other things. You know, like last week we went down memory lane. Talked about things that happened when we were kids. Last week, no, it was 2 weeks ago. Last week we booked a show. We booked a WWE show. So, and on that note, we're not going to book a show tonight. But what I'd like to do tonight, and I want to try to get through this series. I was going through the different decades in the NWA, and we've gone through the 1940s, went through the 1950s. So I'm going to kind of gloss over the 1960s because it's going to start getting interesting here, guys. Let's see. At the beginning of the decade in 1960, the heavyweight champion was Pat O'Connor. NWA heavyweight champion was Pat O'Connor. I think most people remember that name.
Wow.
The junior heavyweight champion was Angelo Savoldi. I've heard that name. I recognize that name. They had a junior heavyweight champion and a light heavyweight champion. And their light heavyweight champion was Ray Mendoza. They also had a middleweight and welterweight champion. I didn't know that. Their middleweight champion was Rolando Vera, and the welterweight champion was Karloff Lagarde.
Okay.
And then you'll never guess who the women's champion was.
Moolah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Mae Young.
Yeah.
Moolah was everywhere.
Well, it says here June Byers / Fabulous Moolah, so maybe they split the title or something.
Any relation to Mark Laverty?
Cuddles.
No, look, this is Lagarde, not Laverty.
Close enough.
Yeah. I wasn't worried, Gianni. I wasn't worried. I got a pretty heavy duty padlock on the door, so. And I also turn my my peephole on my door backwards so that I can see where if you're coming, like from miles away.
There you go. The comment. The next comment. Facebook comment.
Oh, Phil's coming. Okay. New Jersey's on Angelo Vivaldi. His family ran a very successful indie promotion there for years. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
So let's dive into the 1960s. Or 1960. Let's see. Yeah, 1960. On May 8th, Wally Carbo and Vern Gagne, who have taken over the Minneapolis Wrestling and Boxing Club from Dennis Stetcher the previous year, break away from the NWA and start the American Wrestling Association. That's where the AWA started. It was 1960. Gagne is awarded the World Heavyweight title. He owns the company and defends it for the first time on August 16th at the Minneapolis Auditorium against Joe Scarpello.
Like starting a promo group and being the world champion.
Yeah. I'm honored. I can't believe I won.
Hey, I want to ask Phil. Now you said about New Jersey's own Angelo Savaldi, the family running that promotion. Were the Poffos involved in that in any way? So I think the Poffos were in the New Jersey area, I believe, or maybe I'm mistaken. Something tells me the Poffo was involved. The Poffos were involved there, but
Anybody knows, Phil knows.
yeah.
On July 17th, 1960, Paul Bowser, a local member between 1949 and 1957, passes away. I don't know what he means by member, if he's a wrestler or a promoter or what. And
They
then
were Mid-South IWA only, Andy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
okay. Gotcha. Yeah, the Poffos are, yeah, because Randy,
Thank you,
Randy
Phil.
and
Lanny.
Lanny were both wrestling in Memphis, so.
Yep.
Okay. So here's an item that pops up. It's kind of hits close to home. July 22nd, 1960. Danny Hodge, who was an excellent amateur wrestler from Oklahoma, he wins the World Junior Heavyweight title for the first time. This is for the title time, but first time. And then we switch over to 1961, March 4th, 1961, in San Francisco. Backed up by Jim Barnett. Who apparently was promoting wrestling back then too. Roy Shire runs his first ever wrestling card at Cow Palace in opposition to the local member Joe Malkovich. Can't pronounce that. June 30th, Buddy Rogers defeats Pat O'Connor to win the World Heavyweight title in Comiskey Park. I cannot talk tonight.
Home of the White Sox.
I think it's the iced tea.
Yeah.
Mark.
It's what?
I think it's the iced tea.
I see. Yeah.
Mark's got Long Island iced tea. That's what he
No, he
That's
has that.
apparently
He
so.
has twisted tea in there, Cub.
Something twisted tea or something. I don't know. So I only had 2, officer.
Just
Yeah. On August 24th through 27th in Toronto, Canada, the annual convention, NWA convention, is held. 1962, on April 20th, Joe Malkovich, who I mentioned earlier, a local member since 1949, passes away. So, August 9th, Sam Avey, a Tulsa OK member since 1949, passes away. And Leroy McGurk continues to run the territory. So that must be the early years of the Mid-South territory, because Leroy McGurk owned that until Cowboy Bill Watts bought it from him.
or if he's related to Mike McGurk from the WWF.
I think that's his daughter.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. August 18th in Newark, New Jersey. Bobo Brazil defeats Buddy Rogers in a match for the World Heavyweight title, but refuses the victory. Who would do that?
What a name, Bobo.
Yeah. Bobo Brazil, yeah.
He was
That's a
legendary.
well-known name in professional wrestling.
He had a big following.
Yeah. August 31st in Columbus, Ohio, not very far from you, Andy. World Heavyweight Champion Buddy Rogers is assaulted by Carl Gotch and Bill Miller in the dressing room at Fairgrounds Coliseum. Due to the injuries sustained in the attack, Rogers misses most of the bookings in September. So I don't know if that was a kayfabe or a shoot.
Yeah, I was just going to say, was that part of the storyline or real?
Don't know. Doesn't say. 1963, January 24th, 1963 in Toronto, Ontario. Lou Thesz beats Buddy Rogers to win the World Heavyweight title. New York-based Capital Wrestling Corporation, headed by Vincent James McMahon, Sr., and Toots Mondt, refuses to recognize Rogers' one-fall loss. The 2 weeks later, February 7th in Toronto, Lou Thesz beats Buddy Rogers in a 2 out of 3 falls rematch. And CWC continues to recognize Rogers as champion, splits from the NWA, and starts the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. This is the match that caused all that. Fred Kohler of Chicago, who has a working agreement with CWC, also continues to recognize Rogers, eventually leaves the NWA and starts the International Wrestling Alliance, IWA.
Nice.
1964. It just says 10. I don't know what the date is, but it says 10. Johnny Doyle and Jim Barnett sell their Detroit promotion to Ed Farhat, the Sheik, the original Sheik, who establishes Big Time Wrestling and moved to Australia, where they start a new promotion called World Championship Wrestling. That's where they came up with the name, World Championship Wrestling. Jim Barnett.
Oh,
Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought?
1964, yes. It was over in Australia. December 14th. Why am I getting okay? In Northampton, New Hampshire, Eddie Quinn of Montreal, Quebec. He's a member of the NWA from 1949 to 1964. He passes away. Interesting. I hadn't heard any of these guys just passed away. There's nothing of note in 1965, so we go to 1966, which was a good year, wasn't it, Andy?
Great year. It's a fabulous year.
Fabulous year, that's right. January 7th in St. Louis, Missouri, Gene Kiniski defeats Lou Thesz for the World Heavyweight title, ending Thesz's final reign of the title. His sixth reign.
Now, was that when Thesz had the itty bitty little belt?
Probably.
That was it. Yeah.
Could be.
It looked like coins on a piece of leather.
Like coins on a chain.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. I don't either. Speaking of Microsoft.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, he did. But what I think Buddy Rogers had heart problems, and I think that's why the match was so short. Oh, that's why, because it was a segregated town. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
That's a shame.
It's kind of like Ric Flair losing the world title to that guy in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
He didn't actually lose it, but the crowd was so
The
wild
crowd was so
and tense.
crazy. They had to tell him, he's the new champion.
Yeah, who's
And
that
Flair,
guy?
I remember Flair said he got the belt and just got out of there however he could. He had to have people shielding him and everything because he had to get the belt and get out of town.
Yeah, so they gave it to him in the locker room, I guess, and then they kayfabed the guy losing it or forfeiting it because he wouldn't defend it outside the Dominican Republic.
Flair said he had to make sure that belt was hidden so nobody could see him leaving with that belt.
Yeah,
they were crazy. They were crazy.
So moving on in 1966, I love 1966. It was a good year.
Me too.
January 10th in Hollywood, California, Cal Eaton, member between 1954 and 1956, passes away. The Los Angeles-based Worldwide Wrestling Associates are taken over by his widow, Eileen, and stepson, Mike LaBelle. Why does it like LaBelle ring a bell? I don't know. August 7th, 1966, in Muskogee, Oklahoma, Ed the Strangler Lewis passes away. Now, I've heard of Ed Strangler Lewis. August 18th in Las Vegas, the annual convention is held. Mike LaBelle, Los Angeles, California. The Worldwide Wrestling Association is admitted to the organization. WWE World Heavyweight title is retired on 12/11 by the champion Bobo Brazil. Interesting. In September in Dallas, Texas, local promoter Ed McLemore splits from the Houston booking office, headed by Morris Siegel. McLemore and Jack Atkinson. Anybody know who that guy is? Fritz Von Erich.
Yeah, that's kind of Von Erich.
Oh,
Yep. They established Southwest Sports Incorporated.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they were part of the Houston promotion. 3 months later, Morris Siegel, the one they split from, he passed away in Houston.
A lot of people passed away.
19. Yep. And there's a couple more deaths that pop up here. 1967, on February 25th in Columbus, Ohio, Al Haft, a member since 1948, runs his final card at Cooper Arena. The territory is taken over by Ed Farhat of Detroit, Michigan, which is Ed Farhat is the Sheik.
The Sheik. Mm-hmm.
Yep, Sheik. May 28th in Amarillo, Texas, Carl Sarpolis, member since 1955, passes away. His partner, Dory Funk Sr., becomes a sole promoter in the area. That happened in 1967. So it's kind of interesting seeing when these promotions, got their beginnings.
The territories.
What was the lie?
What, Gianni?
Yeah, they would have killed Flair with it. Yeah, that's why Flair let it go.
He was scared to death.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a story about that. Just hearing him talk about it.
Yeah. Who was that guy that the name it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. Big Time Wrestling. World Class was also known as Big Time Wrestling before they became World Class.
There's a lot of called himself,
yeah.
Big Time Wrestling.
So Dory Funk Sr. becomes the sole promoter in Amarillo in 1967.
Nice.
Which I think is interesting. 1968, there's nothing of note there. Nothing actually listed there. 1969, Ed McLemore, who was Fritz Von Erich's partner, he passed away January 9th in Dallas, Texas. He died of a heart attack, actually.
So did Terry wrestle in Dory's? I guess he would have in his promotion, don't you think?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both did. But Dory was world champion, so I guess he wrestled when he could there, but Terry did, obviously. On January 9th, 1969, Ed McLemore passes away of a heart attack. I knew that. His protege, Jack Atkinson, a.k.a. Fritz Von Erich, becomes a sole promoter in the area. On February 11th, Florida, 69, Dory Funk Jr. defeats Gene Kiniski to win the World Heavyweight title. And that's when they got the new belt. Not the small Fez belt, but the bigger belt. August 22nd in 1969, they have the annual convention in St. Louis, Missouri.
Now, when you say convention,
Huh?
what do you mean? When you say
NWA convention, NWA had a convention. All the promoters get together.
Okay.
And, I guess talk about business.
Okay, gotcha.
They get together. In St. Louis on August 22nd that year, they admit Jim Barnett, who's in Australia at the time, to the organization. Yunzo Hasegawa, the president of Japan Pro Wrestling Association, who's been an associate member since 1967, becomes an official member and is elected to the second vice president of the NWA. I guess they talk about, I don't know what they talk about these events, but they get together and discuss, I guess, what they need to do to keep the members strong. I guess I don't know. August 24th, Sun City, Arizona. Fred Kohler of Chicago, former NWA president, who is listed as one of the founding members, passes away.
Wow.
I'm assuming it's of old age.
You would think.
You see that one comment Phil said? Right after Scott's comment.
Which one? I got Scott loves the Sheik. Okay.
It's down there.
Oh, that was a lie about Buddy and his heart. Okay, I always heard that.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. It wasn't Hercules Ayala or Carlos Colon. It was some other guy. Oh, Veneno. Jack Veneno. That's who it was. Ric Flair wrestled. It was Jack Veneno in the Dominican Republic. It wasn't. It wasn't in Puerto Rico. It was in the Dominican Republic. It was Jack Veneno. Yeah, they had a big dinner. Yeah. So, sorry, I can't see the comments. I'm reading these. I'll have to come back to them every so often. September 6th in Los Angeles, California, 1969. Jack Kent Cook and Don Frazier run their first show at the Forum with talents from the American Wrestling Association in opposition to the local NWA member Mike LaBelle, who, through the help of fellow members, brings in the wrestlers from 8 different territories to compete against the Minnesota-based group. The promotional war lasts for 4 months. So,
Oh boy.
That guy must have been somebody famous. His name comes
Little-
up in everything you mentioned.
yeah. October 9th, San Bernardino, California. Johnny Doyle, a Los Angeles member between 1949 and 1954, passes away. And then your world champions at the end of the decade. Your heavyweight champion is Dory Funk Jr. Junior heavyweight champion is Danny Hodge. Light heavyweight champion is Carlos Elio Colasetti. Middleweight champion is El Solitario. Welterweight is Karloff Lagarde. Didn't he have that at the beginning? And then women, guess who that is?
Moolah.
Moolah. Yeah. Go back at the beginning, see. Yeah, welterweight was Karloff Lagarde, so he held that the whole time during a 10-year period. So that's your NWA date for the 1960s. So, Gene LaBelle. Okay. Gene LaBelle's the one that did the LaBelle lock. Didn't he invent the LaBelle lock? That's where I knew that name. Okay, new name ring a bell. So
LaBelle
it's
rings a
interesting. It's interesting to read some of these history things because you kind of see where some of the promotions, some of the wrestlers got their big breaks. You know.
Mhm.
I didn't know the NWA started in 1960. I'll start reading that. So
I didn't know either. I thought it went further back than that.
I knew that Fritz Von Erich took over the territory after Jack McLemore died. Not Jack Ed McLemore. I got a relative named Jack McLemore. And I knew Ed McLemore had a heart attack. I think he had it in the office at the Sportatorium.
Oh wow.
I think that's right. So I'm gonna go back there one of these days. When I get my world class belts all done, I'm gonna go back there and lay them on the ground so that touch the sacred ground.
Yeah.
So that's the 1960s. Next week we'll hit the 1970s. A little history lesson.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
It is. I like to dive back into history. Some of these younger guys might not.
It's always good. It's always good to learn.
Oh wow! Did he really make Seagal?
Is
that true? Is that true?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Huh?
I didn't know that neither, Phil.
I didn't know that was possible to make Steven Seagal do that. Gene LaBelle. Okay. I knew the name LaBelle rang a
Did you know
bell.
he passed away recently, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
don't know.
that.
That's I didn't know
pretty
until
cool.
recently. That's where it came from. The LaBelle lock came from that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby says it's true. So
Cool.
it's damn true. So we got a little history lesson tonight.
Oh, speaking of that, oh my gosh.
Speaking of what?
Yes, it's damn true. Did you see who showed up on AEW last night?
Kurt Angle's ex-wife.
Oh.
The former Mrs. Angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys, but she looks like the alien from American Dad.
She has not aged well over just a few years. She's put in.
I mean, from here down, she's hot. From here up, she's not.
Down, she's expanded down low. That's all.
Yeah.
There's been expansion going on in the Jarrett family. Okay?
I got you. As I was reading those, I kept seeing these names of these guys that had passed away, and my first thought every time I seen one of these names is,
who the fuck is that guy?
so that that's got us through our
that was
first
playing
hour.
in my head every time you mentioned somebody I didn't know.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. So we are finished with hour number 1. That was a quick hour.
Yeah, it was.
So I hope you enjoyed that. So let's go on to hour number 2.
I like that one.
What? What I
Phil's
missed?
comment.
I can't see it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gene LaBelle passed away about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Oh man,
Yeah, Kurt bought those.
Kurt bought those. Phil's comments.
This is most brochures don't age well. So, on
Andy, she's not just built like a truck. Her face looks like the back of a truck.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
slapped
In other
GMC
words,
on her.
in other words, she is a truck.
Her tramp stamp says Mac.
Doesn't say wide load.
Yeah, wide load. There you go. I actually used that line in class one time. They said something about come up with a slogan that matches somebody in this class. And this one girl piped up and said, "Yeah, yours is wide load." She didn't like that.
Oh my.
So hour number 2. Hour number starts with our sponsors, of course, Mr. Me, Mark Village Championship Beverly Leathering, and by Unique Championship Guns. Oh, hi. We're back.
It's the
Hour
red
number 2.
jacket. And the twisted tee.
And the other March shirt. Feeling most, guys.
She left her Snapchat filters at home.
She didn't leave much else at home.
Yeah. So let's talk about AEW last night. I didn't see it. What happened?
Not much.
I mean,
let's move on.
Last night, I mean, don't get me wrong, Tony Storm showed up, so it was pretty good to see her as always.
Storm.
Mm.
The
whole
like I
outcast
said,
thing.
like I said, I don't think I like what they're trying to build with the 4 pillars of AEW.
But they're
But
mid-card
like I said,
at best. They're
yeah,
mid-card.
the other
They're
guys
not-
are just mid card.
Yeah. They're not even close to on the level that MJF is right now.
No.
Be truthful, you know?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the picture? It was a screenshot from the show last night where Jericho and somebody was walking along there and they had that sign leaned up in the corner said
Spot fillers.
seat fillers.
Yeah. That was funny. Yeah.
I think I shared that in our chat, right?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe they let that get on TV.
And it was just sitting there.
Yeah. Like it was no big deal. Just spot fillers right here. Over here. Come on.
Yeah.
Now, all we need is that picture with Tony Khan, Mark.
There you go.
He found the sign.
Hey, Tony, you left the sign out. I know.
Oh, my. Look at that.
Yeah. If cocaine could talk.
Tonight's special announcement is.
Yeah.
He had a double
Thanks for
decker
watching,
for
Platinum.
lunch.
We'll see you next week.
See you,
All
Platinum.
right, Platinum. Have a good one.
Secure your password. That's interesting. I need to start watching it again.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They have nights where they're on. And just last night was one of the nights where they weren't on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Tony Khan has no production skills. He has no booking skills. Did you do it again? Cocaine Bears all over you.
I'm sorry.
Did you do it again? I think you have to make me have to look now.
I gotta take it off, otherwise I'm gonna choke.
Okay. I just saw it. Okay. Dude.
Oh man.
Oh, you're just too much tonight. I wish we could show these pictures.
I'll tell you what, some nights
Those
Andy
stickers.
posts some stuff, he makes me cry. I laugh so hard.
Mark,
Update number one.
number one. Mark's
Right.
number one.
Right. John's gonna want that picture.
He's gonna want
He's
both
going
of
to-
them.
He's gonna want an autograph.
You saw the first one, didn't you, Mark?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did.
Okay.
Thank you. I feel better.
Peace, brother.
Yeah, we were doing the chat last night, or not for last, or something like that, and I was still
Mhm.
cutting out. But I guess it was just my internet connection. I've been having
Yeah.
issues with my internet connection at night here lately. We got
Hmm.
one tower here. Everybody's hitting it, so
Yeah. That could be.
It's like my brother. He lives out in the boondocks. So I
Mhm.
told him, I said, "What is the guy walk to the top of the tower and holds the antenna up
Yeah.
when he takes a smoke
He's
break
holding
or
it up, and he's got to stand and face all the areas, and
he takes a
Yeah.
pee break, the internet goes down."
he's got aluminum foil on his hands.
yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, that portion of the show is made possible by a sponsorship with the Brothers Kayfabe podcast, which are found on Apple Podcasts and at the Linktree link there. I think you can find them on Facebook too. I think they got a Facebook page. So
Yeah, I think they do.
their podcast is mostly audio only, but you can. I think there's a Patreon, I think, option where you can watch it.
Hmm.
So, another podcast you might want to check out is Four Dudes in Wrestling. It's AD Terry's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
AD Terry and three other dudes. I don't know those other guys'
Really,
names.
dudes.
The dudes.
Dudes, yeah. And yeah, since Jason Davis is watching, you might also want to check out the Bells and Bells podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday,
Oh yeah.
they do a good job. Jason Davis, Joey Gray, Man Up. I think they have that show. So Cedric Lynam was also on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, let me back. That day at work, Mike quit tomorrow. There's update number 2.
You're 2 behind, Gianni.
Also, if you guys are into good wrestling podcasts, check out the official the official Turnbuckle Throwbacks with Phil Rhea.
What's some
he's
of my
on
tea?
all the platforms.
Easy
Yeah,
for
I
you
am.
today. Easy for you
Um,
today.
Definitely got some good topics. Yeah, you guys got to check that out as well.
Cheers to that.
Thanks for supporting the show, Phil. Tuning in tonight.
What do you mean that was weaving, officer? I don't even knit.
If our funny chats were out in public, we'd be laughing the stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. We
Ugh.
cover everything, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something else I want to talk about, and it just kind of came up. I noticed that some people are talking about the hobby, and some people are offended by the word hobby. Somehow that word is just reeks offensiveness. It's
What
like a
else are you going to call
buzzword
it?
thing.
You know? I mean, what are you going to call it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is.
I mean, most of us watching this show, or most of you watch this show, and all of us on the show collect belts. Now, when you collect stamps, that's a hobby, right? You collect bottle caps, that's a hobby. You collect coins, that's a hobby. You collect belts, that's a hobby.
It's like anything.
But
It's
there are some who want to be politically correct, that want to refer to the belt hobby as a belt community. And I know I've touched on this before, but it drives me insane.
Mhm.
And now they're saying that, in some people's opinion, the belt hobby is dead. I'm here to tell you it is alive and well.
Yeah.
As evidenced by everybody watching the show, people watch the other podcasts. And I know some podcasts are getting away from the hobby and going to strictly wrestling talk, which is fine. You can do that. But I think you're going to lose a lot of your audience because I think people tune in to see the belts.
Mhm. I agree.
And I think what's going on with this, why people feel this way, is because you have all these new makers coming out, and not just makers, but some people in some of the groups, individuals who are posting pictures of other and taking money for belts they don't own, thereby scamming collectors. So, and I can see where that would disillusion some people. And this is something we preach in the group, and some other groups preach this. Do your due diligence. If you're going to buy a belt, ask around, ask for references. If
Yes.
you do that one simple thing and do some homework, go to the scammer groups, not the scammer groups, but the anti-scammer groups to
Mhm.
get, look up a name. If somebody hits you up, say, "Hey, I got a belt for sale. Would you like to buy it?" Go to this the I won't call them scamming groups, but the scamming awareness groups, I guess you want to call them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do a search for the
I
name.
work with them.
Ask around.
Mhm.
If they're
Or you could
making a
go into
deal that sounds
Mark's
too good to
group.
be,
You can go into Mark's group. You go in my group, and there's plenty of people
Yeah.
there who will help. Any questions? There's plenty of people that will help.
so I'm buying a belt
And
from
it-
this guy. Does anybody know this guy? Is he good?
I mean, you
And,
can see the big names in the hobby. Just hit them up. The
Mhm.
bigger
Yeah.
guys in the hobby, like your Ben Walkers, your Dustin Kings,
Mhm.
and so on.
And there are makers out there, and this is something else that's going on. I've noticed that some good friends have been burned by some makers who are lesser known makers. Um, and I know one guy's at like $1,000 on belts. He's got like 4 or 5
Mhm.
belts ordered for $1,000 from one maker.
Yeah.
That's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to buy in bulk from a maker. My opinion, anyway,
And
because
always,
why
always use PayPal goods and services so you
Yeah.
have protection. Always.
absolutely.
That's why I'm good. I have the payment thing where I can do it payments.
There you
Mhm.
go, Phil. There you go, Phil.
There you go. Check them out.
But I think that plus a combination of people is becoming rampant in the groups where people are posting pictures of somebody else's belts. Say, I got these belts for sale.
Mhm.
So, and there's nothing a whole lot you can do about it. Unfortunately, it's just going to happen. Like I said, just do your due diligence, and stay with more commonly known makers. I've got
Mhm.
Unique, I got Mayon, I got the Mateen, Jagu John.
Unique
Classic
is
Shields.
great.
Don't get me started on Classic Shields. I'm still kind of mad at them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But they're reputable. They're just very, very slow and not very good at communication. So
But
Yeah,
you
I
know
mean,
what,
they are
Mark?
reliable. Yeah,
At the end
they
of
are
the
reliable.
day, referring to our hobby, there's a lot of good guys out there, and they look out for, like, if they see somebody using your picture, they'll call them out on it. And they'll say,
Mhm.
hey, that's so and so's picture. That's not yours. You know what I mean? Or a
Yeah.
belt maker's using somebody's picture. They'll call them out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But stay away,
You
especially
know?
the newer makers out there now. They're trying to get you never heard of them, and they take Western Union only. That's like just tossing your money over there, and nope. I mean, there's no protection. You Western Union
Nope.
have no protection at all.
Nope.
Protect yourself.
Yes, you have to. You have to.
If you can't swim, don't jump in deep water without a life raft.
Ben
Or life
says,
jacket.
don't forget to include credible scammer groups and belt groups.
No, I didn't forget that. I mentioned him. Let's call them scammer groups. Yeah. There are 2 or 3 groups out there. There's one group out there in particular that's run by Giovanni Guido Tinoco.
Oh, jeez.
You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there
Yeah.
because
No.
we would qualify to be scammers in his opinion. So
Yeah.
I don't even sell belts.
But the brother Taco
Royal belts,
Nishimoto?
is that Muhammad? That's Muhammad. Muhammad.
No, Royal Belts is Luckman.
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 Okay, yeah, he does good work.
He does. He's a good
Dream,
guy too.
Dream
He's a good
Championship
guy.
belts, Tambir Kershaw, Dream Championship belts. That's a good group to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
Hyatt Championship belts, Ali Nazir.
Hyatt, yeah.
He's also good. And he works with you too, which is good.
You want to avoid. I don't want to pick on anybody, but I'm going to. Mayan T. Hamid. You want to kind of avoid him because he's been kind of spotty.
Well, the big one right now with Major Trouble is Khan.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Hader
Khan.
Khan.
Hader Khan. Stay away
Mhm.
from him. What he's done to some good people. Stay away from him.
He's done some good friends of ours. He's what he's done. He's given them fake tracking numbers.
Mm-hmm. And made a lot
They
of
got that
promises.
worked out.
Took their money and
Supposedly they got the tracking numbers that are reliable, and then he ghosted them. So
yeah.
yeah, cover your
Well, we
six
say
o'clock.
have
That's for sure.
have protection with PayPal.
Yep.
And you have newer makers over in Pakistan that are just trying. I mean, they're desperate to sell their belts, and they'll make you promises.
And they're real
They
pushy
make-
too.
Yeah,
They're
they're very
real pushy.
very pushy. But what you want to do, what will happen with those guys is they'll offer you a really good deal on a belt, which is all fine and good. But what will happen is over time, promoting the world at the showing their belts important anymore. Been lucky that hasn't happened to me, but there are some out there.
There you go.
Pop up there. Try to get his comment to pop up.
Yeah, your internet is acting up now. I can tell.
Great. It is my internet. Yep. There you go. I can't vouch for or condemn a seat, but I've heard good and bad. I've heard good and bad about Mustafa Hussein. I think he's reliable, but I've heard different things about the quality of his work. So
Even Nawaz is
he
pretty
did
good.
work.
Yeah, but good luck reaching.
Muhammad Nawaz is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the place from Nawaz. I'm getting ready to put on.
He
list.
He does great work, but he's just very, very hard to reach. Very hard to reach.
I'm still waiting for Classic Shields to get some plates done. I ordered back in 2000. And I want to tell us that they're watching Classic Shields. I've been given the same update 2 months apart. I don't know how it take you so long to assemble a main plate. If you can give me an update on that, give me some pictures. Promise me pictures in January. I still haven't gotten them yet. So
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's why I won't pay for a belt all up front.
No way, especially with
Yeah.
them.
yeah, James Ellis has a leather release Intercontinental Oval Intercontinental. If you're interested in that, get him up at it. I think Ryan Stokes related that belt for him.
Yep.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. You made your side plates too big. Mom Ben Walker.
Thanks for the warning, Ben.
Now, that's not to say that some of the upper crust of the makers won't have a bad day here and there. They do. It just happens. You can't please everybody, and every so often they'll send out a belt that's just you kind of scratch your head, wonder why did they send that out? It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Most of them will make it good if you'll be patient with them and
Or sometimes they're making so many of them. Like you said, there's certain makers you could see them making like 2 types of belts, and they're selling them like crazy. But the belt you are having them make takes forever.
Takes forever, yeah. And no, there's not one, except for maybe Classic Shield. I don't know, but there's not one. I don't know of any of the belt makers that makes, has a lot on hand for sale. They generally will only make new when they get the order, and you sent your portion of the money, half or whatever towards it. None of them I know have, make a whole bunch and show you like what they have available so you can buy it right now. You have to generally wait.
Oh, that's what was. That's right. I forgot about that. I know Ryan's recent owning. Huh. Oh, you just did that
I
one.
didn't know he was owning either.
I don't want to turn this into a sales show, but there you have it.
I know
That's on
stoners.
Friday, everybody.
But this talk about the hobby being dead, and they'll probably on the BBC podcast. The hobby's not dead. There's just some people that like to cry chicken little, and it's not following. But that's not the case. The hobby's alive and well if you take it for what it is. And what I see in a hobby more than just collecting belts is the brotherhood, the fellowship we enjoy with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're
I got
seeing
to
it
know
right
Andy
here.
and Richard, and
Yeah. Every Thursday night.
Yep.
X-Man. I forgot about X-Man. Yeah, I am having an issue with my internet, so it's not the laptop. I finally put it down.
I mean,
So.
you guys got to admit it. Between the 3 of us right here, we've gained a friendship more, and I consider you guys like family. It's like, who would have known? A couple of years
they
later,
do.
we're
They
here
do.
all doing a podcast with each other.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
This is a good point Ben makes here. E-Dub had a really lasting effect on a lot of the makers because he slung the names through the mud, covering up for his scamming. And, mine in
E-Dub was a
particular, mine was a
professional con man.
yeah, absolutely.
E-Dub was a professional con man, and he worked some of these young guys and warped some of these young guys. And,
Championship King, Dusty King, championship. He
Yeah.
was a middleman. That's having belts made and selling them. So.
Yeah. Dustin's
That's
a good guy.
That's why you go through
This is
Mark,
himself.
Phil. Mark's got the hookup.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for that NWA TV, he wants it to look like the one you got.
Yeah, I guess he is. I've got T-Mobile home internet, 5G home internet, and they quit. I went to get my mother on it, and she called around. They wouldn't let her have it because they said the tower was overwhelmed. So I drove to a store. They let her try it. She loves it, but now the tower's kind of lagging. So I'm hoping they'll put another tower.
Oh, wow.
The brothership, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I can recommend the guy. I don't know, Nora. I really don't know. Is Steve still? I don't see him advertising.
He's still around.
He's MS
He's still
Creations,
around.
right? Isn't he MS Creations?
Yeah, MS. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
But no, I mean, I enjoy my belts, but you really can't enjoy your belts unless you're, enjoying them with people that have a like, a like interest, and that's that's how we got to know each other. So,
and the good thing about this community or hobby,
I'm not tucking you in, Mark. I'm sorry.
Mark's got a belt I like, and he goes to sell it, and I say, hey, Mark, let me buy that off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's to say down the road I go to sell it, and Andy doesn't want it.
Yeah.
That's how this hobby works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ben Walker's a middleman. I don't know who his maker is now, but he's a middleman for a couple of makers. So he ended up being a championship Belt Brothers. That's another good.
Ben is one of the best you could ever deal with.
Yeah.
Ben's the best. I'm partial.
He's talking about Seif here. Okay.
Yeah, Seif was one of E-Dub's men. Wow.
But as long as we have these friendships and these these connections, the hobby is alive and well. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah,
And
don't let the few bad eggs. Don't let the few bad eggs.
Like us, Ben, Dustin King. There's always good guys in this hobby. There's more good guys than bad guys, believe it or not. And we're always out here looking and watching out for the up and coming guys that are getting into the hobby.
Mm-hmm. Ben's about the future endeavor himself.
Yeah, he's making a tour, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Gianni and Richard both bought belts off of me, so. Well, chumps are chumps. But if you hear somebody say, that the hobby is toxic, don't listen to that person. Just kind of distance yourself from that person because
that person saying it is toxic.
Yeah, exactly.
It brings you back to the old saying, like your mother used to tell you when you were a kid: if you don't have it nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah,
exactly. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, everybody's got their preferred maker.
Ben's always been elite in my book.
Yeah, absolutely. He does draw some heat every once in a while because he does run into a crazy here and there. So
yeah.
Oh, I misread that. They said I've used Shane Stargell and his mother.
Oh my!
Like I wouldn't be admitting that if I were you, but okay.
Time for an eye exam, Mark.
I've heard of Shane Stargell, but I don't know anything about his work.
Heard of Willie Stargell.
I think it's the iced tea tonight, Mark.
Have a good night, Mark. Yeah,
Laverne.
See you, Mr. Laverne.
Must have spilled some on my internet connection too.
You got to give it some Willie Nelson treatment.
Yeah.
Whiskey River.
Whiskey River.
He likes the heat. It keeps him warm, Ben says.
Gives him the warm fuzzies. Ben's a good guy.
He is.
What's the word in WWE lately?
Well, they're getting ready for their show over in Saudi.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's funny.
it's gonna be awesome because we got a show the 27th, and then we got the AEW the next
And then-
night.
And it's at 1:00, so it starts at 1:00 over in Saudi. So
No, 1:00 over by us.
I mean here it starts because
Yeah.
of what it starts there. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I think Roman and Solo will come back as the tag team champions. I really do.
You think the Usos come out and take them out on the Monday Night Raw?
Anything's possible. See, that's what's so great about, I think, with Triple H running it, is you don't know what's going to happen, but with him in charge, generally it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Oh yeah, that's something else I want to talk about. Norm brought this up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, AJ versus Seth. It's gonna
Yeah.
take place that day too.
That'd be
So-
pretty good to give AJ the belt for the first, the first
But-
time to hold the belt.
But you know what? I wouldn't mind AJ either because he's put in his dues.
He's solid. He's solid.
Mm-hmm.
What about the famous Dana Brooke incident with the little kid? She's
How'd you hear
coming down
about
the
that?
ring. She
That
goes
was
to give the
hilarious.
little kid high five, and he goes.
Yeah, he just turns away from her. It was funny. Yeah, he
Really?
didn't want no handshake from her.
It was hilarious. She's like, "Oh, really?"
I take a handshake from her.
Maybe a booty shake.
I mean, the WWE is getting pretty good. Oh,
take a hand anywhere with her.
Speaking of WWE, I seen it. I don't know if I think it was on Instagram. They had what's her name?
But he's not in the match.
Yeah, he's not in any of the matches.
What was Eddie Guerrero's ex-wife?
Vicky?
Vicky.
I mean-
She was saying that she actually
ain't-
likes what Rhea and Dominic are doing.
But yet it's
Chavo.
who?
She's in the minority.
Chavo is the
Yeah,
one that
Chavo's
doesn't
coming
like
out.
it.
Chavo came out and said he didn't like it, and then when he got called on it, he said, "Oh, I was just my heel character." Come on.
She said that the picture of Dominic and Eddie together,
Mhm.
they have similarities in the pictures, the way
Mhm.
they look.
Yeah.
She, and she says that her, Rhea, and Dominic are always talking about their characters and the way they're doing things.
I think Chavo's just jealous because the storyline's doing so great, and he's mad because he's not a part of it.
Yeah.
Carl, you might want to define what you mean by scammers. You're going to be exposing something. I mean, is that what you call them?
Careful what you expose.
Yeah. You got to expose that problem.
And then they just had, I believe it was Tommy Dreamer, Bubba Ray, and what's her name?
Mickey James.
Mickey James had Carlito on.
Yeah, I heard that. It was a good.
And
it was-
WWE was telling them that he had to come out in the LWO shirt. And he's like, I don't care. That shirt's coming off as soon as I hit the ring. Because he was in so much good shape. And he wanted to show it off on camera.
Yep. He looks great.
And he said he got
Jacket
the
off.
huge pop. He got the real big pop, he said.
Take his jacket off.
And speaking of that, I think WWE is thinking about doing more events in Puerto Rico as well. Because of
surprised
the
me
big
too.
response they got.
Mm-hmm. It's not really that far for them to go.
Yeah, Vega got
Just
that
keep the
real
invader
good
away from-
response. I would have liked to seen her win the women's championship and then go to Raw or wait 2 weeks later then she loses it. But
They
yeah,
need to
that
keep
pop-
the invader and Carlos Colon away from the arena.
I know. I'm surprised he never showed up.
The invaders
And
want to
then
kill Bruce Brody.
Yeah.
Damian Priest, the applause he got and the compliments he got, WWE executives, they're really high on him right now
Mm-hmm.
because of the way he protected Bad Bunny and put him over.
He did everything right.
I see him as Titus O'Neil because no matter what they throw at him, he does it without complaining.
Yeah, he just goes out there and gets the job done.
Yeah.
They done slide under the ring though.
No.
That's Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But
That's still classic.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Hey, Titus,
Love
run
that
down the ring and slide under it. Okay. He couldn't have done that again if
He's
he
just
tried.
darn lucky that because the rings now have the electronic signs on them. He's darn lucky because he could have crashed right into that and
He
Back
could
to
have hit
the
one of those little V bars that that
Yep.
support the ring underneath.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
crossbars. He went right between them. So
Yeah.
that was beautiful.
Remember? Do you remember when Sin Cara used to come running down to the ring and bounce off the trampoline?
Mm-mm.
Could you imagine if he didn't go over the ropes
Yeah.
That would have been pretty bad.
and he ran into the ropes? But I
Oh,
gotta
man.
say, WWE's doing a little bit better than they were.
A little bit.
Just
Yeah.
a little.
It's gonna take some time. But
I mean,
we
I think
were
a lot of
watching.
people. I think a lot of people are still in fear that Vince is going to be ruining creative.
Yeah.
It's on the back of our minds. Like, what's Vince going to do? You know.
Yeah.
It's a
I mean,
shame.
those couple of Raws and SmackDown that Vince changed the script last minute.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
I read an article today that said that Endeavor had the contract for Vince written back up to make
But
Vince
he has to be involved.
has to be involved until he either dies or retires or decides to quit.
Yeah.
I guess that means they can't fire him. So
Yep.
Yeah.
stuck with
That's right. He is Carl.
Big time.
Big time.
Remember when
He's
they had
a-
him dressed up with the blonde hair, Chava, and he had the tennis racket?
Oh yeah. What was that name? He was the golf. He was the caddy. He was a caddy, wasn't he? A blonde caddy.
It was the golfer. He was just a golfer.
Oh, a golfer. I thought he was a caddy. Okay.
Yeah, he was dressing up as like a preppy guy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
something happened on my leather page. I posted a couple months ago. As it was, I was back in action because of the shoulders kind of healing up. I can do leather work now. I got one comment, and
I
that
remember,
comment
yeah.
simply said Mexico. Just out of nowhere, Mexico. There's a picture of a piece of leather I had cut out. Does get ready to tool. I said I'm back in action. I'm doing some limited work, but I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. The guy comments Mexico.
Or
Okay.
remember what I showed you from that guy's page?
Yeah. That's weird. Yeah.
Strange individuals.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as Vince is involved in creative. Yeah,
Oh, guess who's coming? I know I probably told
That's
you
it.
guys,
Kerwin White.
but
That's
they're having that
it.
big.
Ignore-
Oh, okay, Kerwin White. Yes, they're having that UltraCon thing come in August, and Scott Steiner's on the panel.
Hmm.
So hopefully he does show up. Me and my son will be going.
There you go.
Of course, at a discount to make up for last year.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this on the show previously about Kevin Von Erich moving back to Texas from Hawaii?
No.
I don't think I read it, but I don't think we talked about it.
It came out. There's two stories that came out about Kevin Von Erich. The first one that came out was that he's doing a one-man show in Dallas, I think in August or September.
Mhm.
And you can buy a ticket for like $90. Go in there and ask questions, and it's like an intimate setting there, and they'll talk about his career, and you can ask any questions you want. I'm tempted to go to that, but I don't know yet. But also, him and his whole family are moving back to Texas from Hawaii, but they're not moving to Dallas. They bought
Which
a
makes
ranch.
you wonder, why would you ever leave Hawaii? It's so
I
beautiful.
don't. Well, supposedly it's for the kids. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
If his kids or his grandkids or what, but they're not moving back to the DFW area. They're actually moving 300 miles south to a ranch they just purchased just north of San Antonio.
And then I also read that his sons are about to be free agents from MLW.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
So that could be interesting too.
So,
I just hope Tony doesn't get them. Tony Khan.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Go to WWE.
Jeez, I hope not.
Yeah, we all wonder where they're going to end up at. That'd be interesting. Now they're not selling the property in Hawaii. They're going to keep it because he's got a farming operation there.
Okay, that makes
They're going
sense.
to keep that. They're going to keep that. But they are moving residents, pulling up stakes, moving residents back to Texas. But they're going to move to South Texas, near San Antonio.
Nice.
So, be nice to have Kevin back in Texas, but
It'd be nice with Kevin coming back to Texas if he would do something with the land, that the Sportatorium was on.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
but I think that belongs to
That
the
would be-
city of Dallas. I don't know, but it needs to be preserved as a historic site. It really does.
It's just
Not
open
for
land, Mark. Just
Not
open
just-
land.
yeah.
right?
It's just open lot. There's a 7-Eleven across the street.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's right there where some freeways converge. I mean, you stand there, you can see the freeways right there. You
I mean,
exit,
all
and you're
that-
right there.
All that great history. I wish somebody would do something.
And not just the wrestling history. There's a lot of music artists. Willie
Yeah.
Nelson played there.
Yeah.
Who was the other? There's a Mexican performer that sang there. Trini Lopez. He sang there.
Hmm.
So, well, that could be the case. Yeah, Hawaii is expensive.
Oh, definitely.
two most expensive places to live would be Hawaii and California.
Oh, they're gonna be strictly on Ring of Honor. Ooh.
Oh, you say they'd love for him to be strictly Ring of Honor, except that
Yeah.
they'd be signed with Tony Khan. So
Yeah.
Tony Khan needs to just be the money guy, hire a good booking team,
Hire
hire a
somebody
good
to run it,
production
yeah.
team, and let them run it.
Hire somebody
You
to
sign
hire
the
the
checks.
talent and hire somebody to be a good booker. There's plenty of
Yeah.
people he
What
could
about
choose.
if Tully, Arn, and who else? Another legend get together and have them do the booking.
You know who I think would be an outstanding booker? I hear him on the radio every day. Is Bully Ray. He is so good with that. Bully Ray would make it outstanding.
Well, the problem with letting Tully and Arn do it, they've never done it.
Yeah.
I mean, they might do a good job. I don't know, but they've never done
Better
it.
than Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they had to be better than Tony Khan.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And Tony Khan is copying everything. Okay, they got the new show Collision. The graphics are identical to WCW Nitro.
Monday Nitro, yep.
Identical.
Same color scheme, same font, everything.
He's not original at all.
Not original at all.
I'm
Never
waiting
has
to
Yes, he
see.
is.
Oh,
I'm waiting.
look at that.
I'm waiting to see the belt design for the new show
Oh yeah.
because there's
Oh,
a
you
lot
mean
of them floating around.
You mean for the Collision champion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Now he said often. I've heard both stories that he's not going to have a split, and he is going to have a split. Well, if you're going to have CM Punk, you got to have it because half the people don't want to be around him.
Yeah.
You know.
Why
And I
don't you even
heard
flirt
that-
with the idea of
that's still
taking him back?
Yeah, that's still up in the air too, is from what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
then this video game that's supposed to be out, I put money down on it. What, last November?
Phil makes a good point.
Exactly.
Well, true.
You want guys that-
AEW will wait forever.
Yeah, you want guys to do the booking that can't possibly get back in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that knowing that Ric Flair stepped in the ring when he shouldn't have.
True.
But yeah, Tony needs just to advertise for help and just be the money guy.
Somebody take the damn money!
Come out and make your special announcements, but that is it.
I love
Yeah.
that cut. Harley was so great.
And Tony Khan's doing his little announcement. Okay, now guys, back to you. It's just,
Yeah.
So, looks like a deer in the
Tony
headlight.
Khan comes out, he announces, "I took the damn money.
Yeah.
I'm getting off the show. I'm never booking again."
And I'm watching him backstage at my friend do this little announcement, and I'm thinking to myself,
Cease and desist.
Oh, jeez. I know what we need to do. We need to do commercials, man.
yeah, we do.
Commercial skits.
Yes, it was, Phil. It was a bounty off there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he wanted to take somebody to take the damn money.
Take the damn money.
$25,000 cash. Jack Briscoe, you can do it. You took the belt from me.
Did you see WWE released an elite figure of him? Just
Harley
recently?
Race? Harley
Yeah.
Race? No, I didn't see that.
Is he
Yeah,
the-
there's an
he the
elite
king?
figure that just came out. Yeah, as the king.
Now, is it,
Oh,
now,
wow.
is it him? Oh, it's King Harley. Oh, yeah, I don't like that version.
Yeah, King
I
Harley
wish
Race.
they do a figure. I wish they do a figure of him from years ago. I mean, before that.
Yeah. Isn't
No,
the
that's
great
what
days?
everyone wants, I think.
I would make that the chase and just make a King Harley Race.
Well,
and then
maybe-
just make a chase out of the other one.
This is re-release.
Okay. Well, maybe
Oh,
the
it's a
new,
re-release. Okay.
maybe the people that are doing the ones you're waiting for, Mark, that you and Ben got. Maybe they
Was
would
it Powerhouse?
Yeah,
Powerhouse?
maybe I bet they would do a
Power
great
Town,
Harley.
Power Town.
Power Town.
Yeah, They would do
Yeah.
a great Harley Race
Yeah.
figure. You know they would.
That's another figure I'm
They
looking
would.
for, the Harley Race one, King Harley Race.
Mhm.
I want the stunning Steve Austin one also, the Andre the Giant, Bam Bam Bigelow.
I want the other Von Erich brothers.
I'm waiting for the Dingo Warrior to go down because I still won't pay 19.
That would be nice if they did the Von Erich family. Fritz too. You know?
Well, I don't want Mike. I don't want Chris. I want David, Kerry, and Kevin, the original Von Erich brothers. They were the ones that
Well,
made
that's what
the name.
Fritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to have Harley Race. 1980s version of Harley Race. I'd like to see Ric Flair. They need to get Ric Flair out there.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes.
That's another thing.
Yeah, I like-
WWE, if you're listening, put the older guys in the game.
Yeah.
Put your
Make
Harley
a Dusty
Races.
Rhodes figure. Make a Dusty Rhodes figure without the polka dots. Okay. I'd love to see a NWA Dusty. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a Legends line, you have to make these guys. You have to make them.
Absolutely.
Your Arn and Tully. Road Warriors. I just don't know why they haven't done that. I mean, the Headbangers, they're gonna actually get figures now
I mean, it
after
took
all
them-
these years.
Well, I think they're going to cater. They're trying to cater to the more current crowd. Do they think they'll make more money? Maybe.
Well, look how long it took WWE to make a Ric Flair figure that had the four. You could do the Four Horsemen sign. They didn't do that. Took them forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
These Elite
check-
Series figures are so good.
mhm,
Yeah.
they are.
And then I hear that the Legends series, the boxes are going to change now. It's going to be the open window like it was back in the day.
WWE going to make the boxes where you can easily get the figure out and then put it back in? Is that?
That would be good.
Somebody did a unboxing of one of them, which
Uh-huh.
I think it might have been Power Town, and they had to take a knife and slit. I guess that tape that goes over the edge. They had to slit the
Yeah.
tape to get it open. But
Yeah.
they were using rubber gloves, the latex gloves.
Hmm.
I suspect it was Power Town. Those should be shipping anytime. I mean, I got an email saying they're going to be shipping just anytime. So
Didn't they
Uh-huh.
They've
post
been-
2 cases on their personal page or their company page
I'm not anxious. You guys
just to
anxious?
show people that they were getting them in?
I'm as calm as a cucumber. I'm
Calm
drinking.
as a
Remember?
cucumber? You mean cool
Yeah.
as a cucumber?
Oh, yeah.
I never heard of a calm cucumber, Mark.
I bet you
I'm not
Gianni
touching-
has.
She said. Anyways,
But I'm cool. I'm cool.
Sorry, brother. Kayfabe, bro. Kayfabe.
I'm as polished as they come. I was checking weather radar, guys. I don't have any storms coming, thank goodness. Okay, we're good. That may already be a winner.
you might.
Are you a wiener?
I'm a wiener.
Johnny.
Calm as a coma patient.
Oh boy, that's too calm.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So anyway, to recap, I got 3 belts on my table right now. One have started over on twice. And this will be my last start over. If I can't do it, I'll just send it back to him. And I've got a Big Eagle I'm working on right now. I just got an NWA tag, the blue NWA tag. Beautiful main play. I haven't got the other ones open, and then I got a Intercontinental Classic IC today. I have not even opened yet. He wants that on a lace strap. That should be pretty. Should be interesting. It's a lot more work to lace a belt, but it's easier than tooling.
It's worth the wait. It's so nice.
Oh, definitely.
I hear that word "worth the wait." That's toxic to me because everybody says that about my Classic Shields plates I've ordered. It's worth the wait. I wouldn't know.
No, I never said about that. It's like, man, they got to get
Yeah.
on.
No, Mark's leather is worth the wait.
Thank
That is worth the wait. Yes.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm just a little rusty. I was off for almost 2 months and couldn't work on leather, so I started on this belt and I just cut it my hand slipped and I cut a notch out of it. And I was going to try to fix that. Then I found a crack in the end of the strap that wasn't there when I cut the strap. And
It's always
so,
something.
I mean,
Yeah.
two of my
So
favorite
that-
belts: the NWA TV and the 10 pounds of gold that Mark did.
so they started over and did it again. And come to find out, the leather cut was way too big around the main plate, and the tooling was wrong. So
Hmm.
we'll start over again and cut it one more time, and I'll just get it done. So
You can do it.
yeah, my essence. Yeah, I rub my essence on every belt.
Oh, geez, Gianni.
Yeah.
He's just focused on that. He's just curious. He wants my essence.
What-
Yeah. I got to shoot a commercial for my leather work too.
I think you got to
really
follow
should.
that up.
Yeah, their customer service is very lacking.
Mhm.
And I hate to say that about them because they put out great work, but my
They
goodness,
just don't seem to care how they treat
I'm-
how they're treating you. They don't care.
I'm 19 months in on my order now, and all I'm getting is the last 3 months I've gotten updates saying I'm assembling the main plate. How long does that take?
How long does it take? Come on.
Yeah.
And it's not even be put on leather, people. It's just plates. He bought plates. Send them to him.
And I asked him how much longer it's going to be. He read it, hasn't responded. So I'm can I see pictures of it?
That's just it. They don't care. I mean, they don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark,
They're
if
gonna
they're
do when
like,
they want to do it. And if you don't like it, tough.
this is your belt. This is belt.
Yeah. But I'm trying to be patient, but it's hard. I mean, I knew it'd take at least a year.
Oh, look what Phil said. There we go. We got to do that, man.
Well, I'll have to come up with something. I wasn't planning on speaking. So in the I was just
If
gonna kinda like I did with-
anybody could do a good commercial, Mark could do a good commercial.
Well, thank you. I'm not. It's not my chosen profession, but anyway. Okay, clearing off email. No, if Classic Shields, if you're watching, send me a picture. I got. He sent me a picture back in January of the parts for the main plate, and he told me he was going to polish them and put everything together. Send me pictures. We're here in May. I haven't gotten anything except I'm putting the main plate together again. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Just send me something.
I can't believe I opened that.
I didn't see it. You already deleted it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yet they're cranking out crumb rinds right and left. Thank you. Thank you. That is not a paid ad, by the way. Where'd
That
Andy go?
last picture.
We
That
lost Andy.
last picture, Andy. Oh, he popped out.
Yeah, we lost him,
Too busy making memes.
I guess.
The meme king.
He sent one and unsent it, and now he's disappeared. Well, I was going to end the show early, but I can't end it till he comes back on. Oh well. But no, I'll show you the plates I got ordered. These aren't my plates, but they're by Classic Shields. I ordered the Dome Globe plates for the Dome Globe. This is the from their website. Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful
what I-
quality plates.
And from what
I
people
mean,
keep telling me, it's worth the wait. I wouldn't know. I've been waiting over 19 months now. It's 19 months I've been waiting.
yeah.
Every one of those pieces on that main plate, it's a solid piece. It's a solid smooth piece. Every raised piece there is a separate piece. They have to put those on there. But it's not that many. It's not that many, in my opinion. But anyway.
Well, speaking of that too, you haven't caught any of the WWE Hidden Treasures, have you?
Where'd you go?
My screen said having internet problems and that, and I was gone.
Okay, well, you left and a message popped up, said Gianni will be right back.
Oh,
That's what we refer to in the business,
Yeah.
doing a Gianni Martello, doing a Martello.
Disappearing act. Gianni Houdini Martello.
Oh my God, Andy. I think that's why your internet went down.
Yeah. You violated the terms of your internet agreement. And I'm being blunt here when I say that.
yes, you are.
You gotta play somebody take the damn money to take that picture off.
Yeah.
Hey, he looks happy.
Oh man, you're terrible.
He's the king of the beach.
Oh man.
King of the beach. Oh man, you gotta quit posting memes.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Andy had me rolling the last couple nights. Especially when Ben gets in there. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a good time in the chat.
We do. We do.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Sit there, watch Gianni lay in bed.
My wife's like, I'm gonna go to bed now. You guys have fun.
Yeah, we get to see his interesting pictures of Gianni's ceiling with the ceiling fan and
Yeah, the glow in the dark stars. Or
And then
those
he's got-
stains.
The Jeff Hardy poster.
Hey, then he's got an interesting poster of Jeff Hardy above his bed.
And some glow in the dark stars, or I think they're stars.
Yeah.
Or the stains.
You hope they're stars.
For stars, yeah.
We love you, kiddo.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's all right.
Come on.
He's
come
all
on,
right.
Richard, what are you doing? Come on.
You mentioned love. He's taking his pants off already.
Oh damn! I don't play that, man. You got the wrong guy for that one.
Oh.
He said love.
I love you.
I love you. Oh, I need to do that as a video on here. I love you. How
Wear
did
the red
Pritchard get his
jacket.
face so red?
The best thing is when he leaves the conversation because Bobby.
I think it might have been makeup.
Has to be, because I can't imagine his son burning his face on purpose.
No, it had to be makeup.
But it's above your bed, Gianni.
It's a banner, not a poster.
You wish.
Speaking
Speaking of jealousy,
Nor. All the way from Malaysia.
oh, that was
Look at
Nora.
that.
Oh, that was Nora. I thought it was Gianni. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Gianni's.
Nor.
Okay,
All the way
sorry.
from Malaysia.
Sorry, Nora.
You can tell Nora watches us too much. She's got
A
it.
sock on the doorknob. We were.
The problem is the sock stuck on the doorknob.
Jeez.
Literally stuck.
I'm
Yeah, that was
done.
stuck.
I'm done.
That's what they make Lysol for.
Lysol goes right back in the can. So I ain't going out there.
You should have used starch.
Use something. Burn the darn thing.
So, Richard, you think you'll have a new belt in a couple weeks?
I would say the following week, hopefully.
First
Week
he gets the
after
tattoo
next.
paid off. Now he's going to get a belt paid off. So, need more
wish I
payments.
had-
That's fine.
I wish I had a tattoo. I could use some ink therapy.
There you
I
go.
I have no desire to get a tattoo. But my wife and daughter think I need to get one. So,
The wife wants you to get one?
well, I think my daughter wants me to get one.
Oh.
I think.
The last tattoo I'm gonna get is in memory of my mother. That'll be the last one I get.
That's nice.
I shouldn't have put that comment up there. People will talk.
Oh, stop!
Stop! You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing us, Gianni.
Yeah. People talking about us like that. Man, we're running out of material, guys.
Hey,
Made the show a little early.
we wing it, man. We always wing it.
We wing it with the best. Yes.
We winged it, and our viewership's gone down. So,
So, like
No.
I said, we got the WWE show, and then the next night we got the AEW show.
Mm-hmm.
who do you guys
Oh.
think will win the title between Seth and AJ?
From company standpoint, I think it's gonna be Seth, but I wouldn't mind AJ. I do think it's gonna be Seth, though. I do.
I think
What-
AJ would be a better champion. I really do.
Like John Cena said before, anybody's
I'll
going to
squeeze
take
it
WWE to the next level. Of course, AJ Styles was one of the names, and Roman Reigns is beyond the point. He's there. He's at that point where he's on top.
He's the man.
Yep.
He's the man.
That's something else. Speaking of that, talk about Cody Rhodes not winning the title. I read something that said Vince McMahon did not see him as world championship material. Now, I have an issue with that statement because
I do too.
you had Kofi Kingston as champion.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
Kofi Kingston is a great wrestler. He's a great athlete. He's not big.
Mhm.
He's not massive.
Yeah.
Such a hot link.
It's like back in the day. Remember when they had the smaller guys as the world champions? Rey Mysterio,
Mhm.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Well, even Rey Mysterio, he's not a heavyweight. He's not. He's a
And
light
the only reason they had
heavyweight.
Ray win it was because of they just lost Eddie Guerrero, and it was their way of whatever, however you want to
Paying
put it. But that was-
paying tribute.
thank you. Yes.
Well, even Eddie Guerrero winning the title against Brock Lesnar of all people. I mean,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
There was a great promo leading up to that by Eddie, which
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
but it
addiction.
the reality of it, though. Just
The
I mean, they
reality,
did they did handle the match pretty good, and Brock did put over Eddie really good too. Also, I gotta say that. I mean, they
Mhm.
could have just had him do a fast 3 count, on Brock, and then I would have said that's BS. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not a Brock Lesnar fan, but I will say this: he is not shut. I mean, he's not. He's always glad to put people over.
He is. You
I
got to
mean,
give him credit. He's
When
he
he's a
does it.
champion going into WrestleMania, he gives up the title. He's because he knows he's going to get it back.
Yeah, but they're just setting up Cody so well that when he takes the title at WrestleMania 40, that it'll be all worth it, and he will be, because if he would have took the title now, it just would not have been right. It just wouldn't.
Well,
work
they're
for him.
gonna make him work for it. You know that, and
Yeah,
he's gonna want to work for it because
And
he
that's to
wants to
his
show the other
advantage.
guys.
That's to his advantage. It's gonna be good for Cody.
Yeah. I mean, what does he come in and they say, "Here's the belt"?
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't like that,
Mhm. Yeah.
I know it.
By the
Now-
way, have you seen a few belt makers try to make the new belt? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you see the
my
one that Tyler
God.
Dove posted today? I about laughed. It looked
was
like
like-
something that if
like
Ronnie Las
cardboard.
Vegas made.
It was cardboard, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
it
don't
was.
know,
looked
but-
like
But no,
it
the
was
belt
either-
makers I've seen, like you mentioned, Mian Hamid earlier, whatever. He's made one,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
flat as a board. It's like you've got to have the 3D. It's just so bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that belt looked
You're better
hilarious.
off waiting until the WWE shop releases it.
Yes,
You really are. You really are.
I
And that's-
won't get one until
I'm not
it's
trying to
released.
Have
slam
patience.
makers. I'm not trying to slam makers, but the real one hadn't even been issued yet.
Just please have patience, everybody.
Yeah, have
You'll be
patience,
glad you
have
did.
patience.
You'll be glad.
I heard the date is pushed back to September too.
I heard it was November, October 31st,
too.
November.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I.
maybe
Like,
they're
At
just
this
floating
point, I wouldn't
around
be
there,
surprised if it's pushed back to Christmas. I mean,
right?
Powertown, is
knows?
Powertown involved in this or something?
yeah.
No, it's CS.
Maybe
no, I'm
Classic
just joking.
Shields?
Power Town and the
Maybe Classic Shields make it?
AEW. Power Town and the AEW game makers, video game.
Yeah,
makers.
right. Yeah. I'm
2
just
weeks
waiting to
ago.
play the game.
2 weeks,
2
bro.
weeks, bro.
No shit.
Well, since you put it that way,
But yeah, that belt will be out soon. It's not a bad looking belt. I wouldn't mind having
it's
one.
not bad. It's not bad.
I'd like to see.
But I'm
it
not
in
going to get
person.
one because I'm running out of
Yeah.
room.
The
and I don't have
reasoning
it
of
yet.
why the belt was created is bad, but the belt itself is
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jason.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
yeah. They're going to make him
Exactly
earn his
what I meant.
WWE. Yeah, they're making him earn it.
Yeah.
Exactly what
Yeah,
I
they
meant.
want-
And-
they-
Right. And like I said, in the end, it's going to be great for Cody when he is the champion.
And I think Cody wants to do that. It's
Yeah, he
only
does.
right. Yeah, it's
Cody
only
knows
right.
what to do.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what to do. He saw his dad do it for years.
But he makes a good point. You don't want Cody to come over and just hand him the title, make it look like, hey, here's your reward for moving from over from
Yeah.
AEW. So-
Yeah, they're doing it right. They're doing it
Yep.
right.
Well, our time
Time's
is up, folks. So we'll be back next week for hopefully another good show.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. On behalf of Andy and Richard, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Be sure you tune in next week, and hopefully we'll have some other good stuff to talk about. We'll go into the 1970s in the NWA and see what else we can come up with. So until the
Sounds
end,
good.
I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Good weekend, everybody.